Good morning, guys. This is Kusum.net, and you are going to learn today a CRUD operations in Web API in ASP.NET MVC. So, before creating application, we will create a table, then create entity data model. After that, we will create MVC applications. When you create the MVC application, you will select two checkboxes MVC and Web API. Okay. Uh, After creating your application, you will add API controller. Then you will create empty controller. Inside of empty controller, you will create index page to display the data. Okay. And inside of this view page, you will create jQuery script file to CRUD your data. Means create, update, and delete. Okay, guys, now we will start our application. Create new project, go to ASP.NET Web Application, give the name, suppose Web API CRUD. Uh, your folder path is here. Click on OK. Now here you will select MVC checkbox and Web API. Okay. Here individual user accounts, change authentication, no authentication. Okay, start. Guys, this is a very important topic to learn Web API. Web API is used to run your program on any device like mobile application, uh, anywhere. Okay, okay, right, guys. We inside of controller we will create a new controller, a Web API controller. Okay. We will select Web API to controller with actions using entity framework. So no need to write uh, action results or action methods to create CRUD operations in Web API. Okay. But before creating this controller, we must have to create data entity model. So inside of model, right click, add data entity model, ADO.NET data entity model. Give the name model one, no problem. Okay, this one. I have created one table, student, name student. Okay, we will select that one, and in my database, which one? Kusum.net. Here no Kusum.net. Okay, let's check first, is database available or not. Okay, guys, I have selected my database here, Kusum.net, and test connect. We must first have to create at one table in our database, then start the controller to create. uh, where is this is Kusum.net database. Inside of this there is student table. Okay, inside of student table I have two properties, student ID and name, right? Now we will create data entity model. Inside of model folder, click on add u.NET data model, select, give the name model 1, no problem. We will use database first approach here. Okay, already created database and table, and my database is this Kusum.net. My entity name is entities. Next, entity framework 6.x. Now here we will select our table. My table name is student, so this one only student table. Finish. So guys, our model is created now, and now we will save it. Okay, so when we save this model, it creates Poco classes, right? Okay, and first what we will do, we will create one API controller. Right click on this, add controller, select web API controller with actions using entity framework. So this one. Uh, Now what is our model class? Model class is student. Okay, web API include our application name and student is our table. So this is our model class, and data context class is entities. And there is error. Okay. Why this is error? This error because we have not building an application. So first build a solution. After creating a data entity model, first build a solution and then create your API controller. Okay, build one is succeeded to controller, add controller, web API to controller with actions, give the model name, model class is student, and data context class is entities of web API approved application name. So this is students controller now. Name of the controller is students controller. This is API controller, right? So guys, now our API controller is created, and all the actions methods to get the data, get the student detail, and put student means update students details, delete student, this one, and to save the students data, this is no, this one is post API students. Okay, post students. So this is the action result for save students. All the CRUD operations are here. Now we will create a simple empty controller. Simple empty controller. Give the name. Suppose the name of this controller is my controller. Or okay, chalo, my controller. Right. Now this simple empty controller have index action method, and we will create a view page. Right click on this, add view. See here we have not created any model class, so empty without model index. Use layout page. When we use layout page, all the script files are added automatically. So we have created we have selected layout page. Okay, uh, now we will first put a script of JS, jQuery 110.2.js. Drag and drop here. Now we will create one table. Suppose table ID equal to tab 1, border equal to 1. Okay. Inside of it, create a row and create column names. We have only two properties in our table. Which properties? Student ID and name. Okay. So student ID and student name. After this, uh, we will create a breakpoint, give one horizontal line. Now we will create one form. Okay. How to create one form? See student ID column. Guys, we have created one form and we will check it. You guys, you can see here to display the data there is student ID and student name column, and to fill up the form there is student ID and student name with text boxes. But we have to add here two buttons and give the underline or student name after break to student ID. You can see here I have added one button and add a breakpoint here to add the students. Another one button to delete the student. Okay, give no need to get breakpoint. And third one is to update the student. Okay, this is second and second, this is third, and delete the student. Update student. Okay, guys. First we will run and check whether it is okay or not. Right, guys. Now you can see here uh, all three buttons and the form. Uh, Refresh the page. No data. Okay. To display the data and to add the student, we have to write a script. Okay. Uh, because there is time limitation, and there is required too much time to write a code. So I will copy paste this code here and explain you how to write the code. Okay. This is uh, my display data code, and another one is to save data. Control C. Control V. There is one error. Uh, Lastly, close the data uh, functions. So we have first write written a ready function. Inside of that, we have display a table name and CSS property of it. When we run the page, there is no data. So there is display non property. After that, we will call it. We will call to display the data from API. So what is our API name? API name is students. So slash API students function data, and when we display the data, there is required block to display the data, means a table. Uh, so after that, each data will be passed by key and value, and inside of this tables columns we will pass a value of student ID and name. The same name we have used here, student ID, whatever the ID, and the name, okay, and append it to table. So the data will be displayed. First, we have to add some data inside our table. I think there is data. We will check here. Okay, guys. So here is some data, and now we have written a code. So must it be displayed on the page. After that, we have write the code to save the data. To save the data, add students. There is ID btn1. Okay, this is btn1, and btn1 dot click function I have written here. Uh, to save the data, there is only id and name, and id property is auto implemented, so we have to add only the name property. So we have created one variable name equal to dollar id of the name dot value. Now we have created ajax code inside of the type. We type of to post the data, so type is post, content type application json characteristic, and url will be API controller. Okay, so API and students, name of the controller is students, API students, and my simple controller name is my controller. But we have written all the action results in API controller, so we have used here the API controllers actions. uh, uh, and we are calling it not by controller but using the post put method. So to save the data, there is post method, so it will call to post the data. And json.stringify, what, only the name, only one single property. So not, no need to id save, because id is a auto interpreted data type json. When the function is successful in the table 1, it will find a first row and remove it, then add the data inside of the table and display into the block of the table. So what to display? Display ID and display name. So I have used the same properties here and append to the table 1. Table 1 name is table. So now we will check here what happened. Right guys, now we can see here the table data displayed here using our display code. This is our display code. Okay, document.ready. Inside of document.ready, we have added this code to display the data. Now we will add some data. Uh, the last one is 11, so I will add 12. The name is Labesh. Okay. Add student. When I click on add student, the data is added Labesh 12th number ID. Okay. Now we will write a code, a script to delete the data. Okay. Delete the data, we will write the code here. We will because inside our script document.ready, inside of document.ready we are writing. So leave it one curly brackets. Okay, and write the code of delete here. Delete student. Okay. So because of time limitation, I have already written the code and just copy and paste this data. So I will copy, delete function. Where is delete function? This one is uh, copy this, paste here. Inside of delete function, I have written a button ID. To delete the data, we have selected here button 2 and using that button 2 we have write the code to delete the data. So btn2.click function, I have created one ID here of student because to delete the data we required ID, and inside of our API controller the delete action result have ID passed. Okay, so we must have to pass ID here. Variable ID equal to the student ID dot value, and then write Ajax code. Write the type delete. Which type to delete the data? There is delete. So action delete. Content type application URL API students plus add the ID of the student. Okay. Inside of data field JSON.stringify, what you have to delete? You just have to delete name, not name. So name and ID of the student value. Data type JSON. When the function is successfully run, you will find a table and remove the row and display the data inside of table. So tab 1.css display block, and for each data key value pass and display the data after removing the row. So which data we want to display? Student ID and student name, and append it to the table 1. And table name is tab 1. So this one. We will check it, run the program, refresh the page. Okay. To delete the data, we required ID. So suppose I want to delete four numbers yo-yo. Okay. So I have passed ID here. Click on delete student. Yeah, the port number record is deleted. Delete the uh, second number record, that is Vignesh. If I delete this second record, second row will be deleted. Alright guys, now we will write the code for update. To update the students means we will pass the ID of the student and the name of the student. What to change? Suppose I have to change 11 numbers records, that is Queen. A replace of Queen, suppose I will add King. So what I pass? I will pass ID and the name, whatever the change is there. So inside our update script, we will pass ID and name. So before closing the document ready function, we will add update code to update the student. Okay. For the time limitation, I will copy the code from here. To update the student, we have created one button and the name of the button is btn3. Okay. So I have used btn3.click function and required ID and name. So created variable student ID and name, provide the value of the ID for their properties, created Ajax code, and to update the data, we required a put function, put action name, because in API controller to update the data there is put keyword used. Okay, this is put. Okay, to update the data, and we have passed here ID and the name of the student. This update code what will do? It will first model state, is it valid? Is it valid means the data is there? Yes. Then if not there, then it will output a bad request. If ID is not matched with the data, then it will create bad request. If match ID with the data, the data will be modified using entity state dot modified and save the changes. Okay. Where is this one? API student ID name and table name is table one. So pass the data using key and value and changes whatever changes in ID and name that will be append to the table one. Okay guys, we will save it, refresh the page and check the records. Okay. Suppose in the first record I want to change the name. In place of Sanjay I will write Rajesh. So whatever the changes I will write in the name property Rajesh. So in place of Sanjay there will be Rajesh. Click on update student, right? Our data is updated in the first row. Suppose I want to update the third record. In third record, in place of Kamlesh, I want to write the name Anil. So click on update student, right? The third row now will be updated by Anil. So guys, this is our data script file, form, table inside of the view page. My controller is simply created and there is no need to write any code to update the data or CRUD operations. We have already created action API controller, so all the code is automatically created here, so we have no need to write the code. So guys, thank you very much to watch our program. Please, if you like my program, then please subscribe my channel. Click on bell icon to see the new programs. Bye. Thank you.